What if Honda launched a new S2000 in 2016? The following is an alternative history, so get yourself an alternative tea and settle in. When Honda announced the development of a new NSX in 2011, rumors began to circulate that a roadster version may accompany the highly anticipated supercar. The speculation reached its peak when, in 2014, eagle-eyed media spotted a camouflaged roadster being put through its paces down a private secluded road. Little did they know that beneath the disguise wasn't an NSX roadster, but rather the beloved S2000 making its triumphant return. This choice to revive the S2000 wasn't just driven by nostalgia or sentimentality. It was a strategic move aimed at expanding Honda's performance lineup, which included the upcoming NSX and FK2 Civic Type R. However, Honda faced a significant challenge from the outset: financial constraints. The global recession of 2008 had taken a toll on the automotive industry, and Honda's commitment to reviving the NSX using cutting-edge technology had already stretched their resources. To overcome this challenge, Honda had to make some tough choices, starting with the underlying platform. The original S2000 chassis posed limitations due to the extensive modifications required to meet modern safety standards, cater for driver assistance technologies, and improve rigidity. Instead, Honda's engineers decided to modify the global compact platform, which was already in use for their upcoming Civic, Accord, and CR-V range. This platform was already set up to meet most, but not all, of the S2000's requirements. However, as the S2000 had to be rear-wheel drive, Honda decided to incorporate the entire rear subframe and supporting components from the NSX development program, which were and then modified to fit the Civic Type R variation of the platform. This crucial development proved to be more difficult than anticipated, as the NSX subframe was originally designed for a mid-engine hybrid layout. The team worked tirelessly to fit the components, then allow the front and rear ends to speak to each other with blended damping rates. Finally, Honda made it work, including a successful adaptation of the NSX custom rear multi-link suspension components. Despite going over budget, this single engineering feat was the most praised element of the S2000, delivering a beautifully balanced and connected drive. However, that left very little left to develop the other critical element of the S2000, the engine. The team debated whether to continue the tradition of a naturally aspirated power plant, but realized they simply didn't have the budget to create a high-performance NA motor that could deliver on the brief. Instead, they decided to utilize the same K20C1 turbocharged engine found in the upcoming Civic Type R, which was estimated to produce 310 horsepower. The controversial decision was influenced by two key factors. First, turbocharging technology had advanced significantly since the original S2000's production, offering improved performance while reducing fuel efficiency and simplifying emissions compliance. Second, the turbocharged engine provided increased torque throughout the rev range, delivering more performance under the power curve that complemented the S2000's sporting intentions. Adapting the engine for rear-wheel drive was a final engineering challenge for the team. They needed to reconfigure the engine's mounting points, revise the oiling system, and modify the intake and exhaust systems to suit the S2000's layout, all of which added considerable expense. That left the final compromise falling on the design team. Instead of moving forward with their initial concepts, which were modernizations of the previous S2000, Honda's team revised the design to lean more heavily into the NSX aesthetic, adapting the entire front end with minor changes only. Similarly, the interior was almost identical to the Civic Type R, with very little in the way of custom development other than the convertible rooftop and supporting elements. Upon the S2000's release in 2016, shortly after the NSX, the public reaction was a mix of criticism and praise. Some enthusiasts expressed reservations about the decision to move to a turbocharged engine, longing for the high-revving, naturally aspirated experience of the original S2000. Others recognized the more usable turbocharged power band, which made daily driving more effortless while delivering much faster performance on the track and off. Also universally appreciated was the weight balance, something the previous S2000 was well regarded for. Unfortunately, Honda's pricing expectations made it a hard sell. They positioned the S2000 well above the Civic Type R, which was expected given the niche nature of the vehicle and the custom development costs associated with it, but competition at that price point was strong. Initial sales were low, But over time, the criticism over the engine choice was forgotten, and a clever marketing campaign highlighting the NSX componentry turned the S2000 into an everyday sports car with supercar balance. This positioning supported a relatively small but profitable sales volume. In this alternative history, Honda's commitment to reviving the S2000, despite financial constraints and the use of a turbocharged engine, enabled the iconic roadster to make a triumphant comeback. The S2000 represented a fusion of Honda's engineering expertise, technological advancements, and the unwavering spirit of driving pleasure, leaving an enduring mark on automotive enthusiasts worldwide. What do you think would have happened if Honda launched an S2000 back in 2016? Let us know in the comments, and please consider subscribing to Past Gear to see the next story unfold. Cheerio!